I'm T Baba, director of Studio 23, and I'm here to show you how we shot the intro music video for Fadlan Young Boo. Yeah, and you hear when Shaq comes in that going on behind the scenes, asking that my intro music video, man. Let's get into the video. So, just a little backstory about the intro music video. For when Fadlan reached out to me with the music video, there was no time on my side because I was traveling like Gome. Upon hearing my plans, he knew he had to persuade me to shoot this music video as soon as possible before I left the country. So I knew we had only a day or two to shoot this, so I had to think about an idea that we'll be able to execute within the shortest possible time. The idea actually started from this particular location, this house. Very nice. I think it was built somewhere maybe the 70s or the 80s. Jidambisang, the better water works. Be warjahe. Denka bono jidambisang mama. And this particular building is very like interesting to me. IUO polo ndol forest ma solma na yina waterworks palma. This particular view, ako en lihla, ako en pehla yilongo Allah, nkul lihle ven yalanga, inde ako magane lihre view numa. So, but ako bagla mala moto kati yina o polo na to duna waterworks palma. Kanye view mama. Kabano no, this particular building, like the way it is really looking interesting for me, I would have to do something there. And within these days was when young bull Fadlan contacted me for me to shoot this particular video. So looking at, we don't have much time. I'll be traveling like in the next 2 or 3 days, and then our location is just one. What do we do around it? And that's when I had to come up with the idea of just making the whole thing look like a journey. Like we should cause okay, you say unko kana down into shena steps ma. Dinama idea man na kunye shelza hambala ma. Young bull gets up on a chair, walks out through a door, comes down the stairs, and the video is done. But of course, we'll have to add other elements that will make it like dope, not just leave it bare like that. So that's how come ideas such as, okay, you know what, we should do Shelnama, the Tununya commander, some very interesting room. He's a Batman shutter, so the room does not have to be like any no, we have to, it has to be mad setting, it has to be something different. This room where this particular scene was shot was actually behind Tamasco. Soldier Mohammed Awal Soldier, he lives around Tamasco there. So Kukuya man, I know mal from some trap house shell Tamasco man young man. Let's jump to check it out. And when we went there, I looked through the rooms, and this particular room looked nice for me because I like the idea that it had all these windows coming. Like you see, there's a window here, there's another window here, there's a door, and there's another door at the back there. So I said, no, let's use this particular room. But you know what? We are going to customize it, make it our own. So actually, this room, we had to clean it. We had to clear all the grounds there, lay carpets. This wall was not like this. All these newspapers we see, we put it inside there. We had to plaster all these newspapers on there. The idea to mend this wall was actually by soldiers. You can even see the hinges from some of the broken doors that was left inside there. This room was a mess, man. You would not believe how this particular room looked before we stepped inside there. So today could come and tell the total makeover. Table ben shark comes out, do what I could like dare, can never be near dinner the funaba, cutting clean the design, can you have been shark comes out just to do our setup inside there. This couch is just some abandoned couches or some leather couch that was spoiled up, so we had to cover it up with a white blanket we had around just to hide all the cracks in it. And this was not a bed, this was just a chair we had at the studio that we just flipped, we converted into a bed, covered it up with one of our curtains right there. If you have been to Studio 23, probably you know this particular curtain. It was used to cover one of our doors. You see these ones, these curtains we had at the doors, these were from the studio. The white background we used to do photo shoots. we needed a white curtain, and then since there was no time, I just told them, remove it, tear it into pieces, you know what, do some artworks on it. So this was some artworks done by Soja and like some of the other guys around, you know, they were just playing around it, drawing. I think this was supposed to be a bull head because the video was for young bull, so they made a bull's head. So this actually spells bull. They wrote bull here, B-U-L-L. B-U-L-L around here, bull, but because it is torn into pieces, you are not able to read it well. We're supposed to cover this part of the wall up also with these newspapers, but we could not because Adam came late and saw cocoa lying down. He didn't ask, what is this cocoa for? He thought cocoa was for drinking. He took the cocoa and drank it, and now we did not have enough cocoa to mend all this part of the wall.
Around this time,
because we started doing our setup as early as 6 a.m. and till even 2 a.m. we were not done, and we had to finish with this setup and then move to the house. Can say I need to be at Tamasco, can move Chang all the way to Waterworks until I shoot to 1 year now. So imagine, there was no time. You had models who were supposed to do makeup and other things. And by the way, shout outs to our beautiful model. She is Modelina. I called her last minute and told her, please, I have this music video, and right now I just have to wrap things up. So you just have to come, let's do this. And you know, just bring people along because I will need some extras as well. I will need extra models who will help in this. And so she called up her friends, and there were those who would show up later in this video. You see this wall, there's like this painting there. We did not draw it. Then Chang Nemane, gangsters ma, ghetto youth ma, bampun scribble laben yara pampa rezo. They already drew all these particular things before we even got there. So some of them were just like, you know, why not? Let's leave it, because they were telling us on vibe, Charlie, that was a bit mysterious and interesting, you know. There's something we played around with our model that I know some people didn't understand how we did this, and I'm going to explain that later. When you see her again, I'm going to let you guys know that, okay, this was not an accident, or this was not a mistake, this was all planned. Everything, man, like we had to run around and fix it very quick. I had to make calls, I had to like go to places myself just to organize them. Like this fan, hey Tamale, I mean the tabletop fan, DL2, shout out to Borlam Nanang video. I'm body shade Tamale. They told her, oh, Mbomale, I think Pani Mane, Olankane. My brother Jacob, he is an electrician. So I just linked him up and went to his shop, and he told me, oh, he just repaired one for his friend who had a shop, and we went to his friend's shop, and the friend was working with this fan. So he had to get him a different fan. You can see most of the stuff were like done in a rush, but you know, I'm glad we were able to get most of the shots we wanted. And this was just the black rubber they sell in town. La black rubber shall ben mal proper ben yarama. So we just had to buy it because this was just a big hole right here. There was no covering, so we had to just cover it up with this particular black rubber right there. And this our window right here, it was we used a white cloth to just cover it up and then nail it just at the edges here from the back side. So actually it is looking good from inside, but if you go to the back you would not like it because it was just rough out there. And we placed all our lighting. So there was one light here, one light right there, and another light here, because I wanted something cinematic. I knew I wanted to backlight so that lights will be blasting in. Then we'll have like, you know, our shot right here with plenty of shadows. Mini shabi abe understand. Be akwe I video ma zimsa. The one lab nina pulo zimsa. Yeah. Sometimes when you want to be artistic, it's not about just showing everything. You have to play around with your lightings. We're going for a trap sort of look, something very hard, something a bit gangster. It was not just for we to show them the faces and very bright images, but you know, but play around the lighting to create something cinematic. And this is what we did. This our lamp holder. It was actually supposed to also play a very important role in terms of our lighting by emitting some bluish light. So while we have like this side of the image giving us very warm, this side we are getting some like very cold bluish light, which will somehow create a contrast. But the bulb we ended up putting inside there, you know, because there was no time, we didn't know where to get a very bright bulb, because my guys, I sent them around, they went, they really struggled. The one they got was just this, which was not bright enough to match up with our other sources of lighting. And of course, he's playing a trap boss, man. He can't do without cigar, or there should be the man somehow. So he has to be blowing some cigar, you know. But the general smoke around here was through our haze machine. We smoked the room. But this one also created some nice effect inside there. But generally, the whole thing was smoked by a different device, which will actually smoke the whole room. Anywhere you go, I go follow. This our chandelier right there. How many of you realize this was not there at all? It was VFX. This particular thing was not there. We didn't have a chandelier like this on set. Of course, when we saw the room, I wanted to hang something here. I wanted something hang here.
Some ceiling fan shall cut the some scarbem delnum shop, bit is on that than yilka. Some ceiling fan dwell. Chandelier, fan.
But what were we going to hang, because we didn't have anything to hang there, and we could also afford to go buy of like the huge ones, and these guys would also agree to give it to us to just come and hang it there after that. You know, some of these things are very delicate. So you know, After Effects is my best friend. It does whatever I want for me, so why not? I would be able to fix something there in post, and that is what I did. And I know a lot of people did not notice, because I tested it on people. I've asked a couple of guys, this our lighting, what do you think of it? Everybody's like, yeah, it's nice, it's nice. Yes, it was fixed in post, we didn't have it. He comes out as if it was the same room he just left. No, that was a different room. We just had to put some smoke in the background there to sell the effect as if he was coming out of the same room. So this was upstairs. In the upstairs, we had to come get some other rubber. You see these blue rubbers? We had to now put it in this particular walls and cover this other window as if it was the same place. But no, it was not. It was a different room. So let's keep going. Let me reveal more things to you. There are more cheating we did in this video than you even think. While coming down the hallway, there are several rooms within his trap house, and in each of the rooms there's going to be something happening, an activity or whatsoever. I wanted some to be dancers. I wanted some to be like maybe somebody doing art. I wanted some to be some old couple who are showing love, but they are fans of Fadlan, you know. So each of the rooms, as we go, you would see there are some people inside there. We come here and there are these nice dancers. Yes. Then he comes again and this guy is dancing. I don't think I need to tell you for you to know. This is the same room where he was sitting. We just poured water on the floor to give it some reflections and make it a bit more interesting. You see how we can cheat in filmmaking. But these older couples were shot at Studio 23. We shot it in our studio. And this old couple, man, shout outs to Abdelbasit Kulchiri. One of the link non-Kura actors, but of course I had to reach out to Mohammed Indomi, director, who may well link Abdelbasit Kulchiri, who also link his other guys, and then they brought me these two actors. So shout outs, thank you guys for helping me get this particular people, because it's a bit difficult getting these older actors. They were watching a video by Fadlan called Grace, and this Grace, I'll do a breakdown of it because it is one of my favorite music videos. I'll do a breakdown of Grace very soon. And these actors, man, very brilliant actors. They are supposed to be husband and wife. And they were sipping lamale And our couple dancers, this was also shot at the studio. It was not shot at the same place. So we shot at the trap house. Then we quickly moved to Waterworks to shoot the other scene at the story building. Then at night we came back to the studio and shot these dancers and then the old couple. These are dancers from Jolat. I understand this is Jolat himself and Monica. Monica is our model and a dancer, very beautiful and very talented. So she also came through with him and gave me some mad performance, and I appreciate it. So yeah, if you're interested in learning how to dance this, Jolat is the place to go, man. Hit up Jolat. So this is still upstairs. So man, the yellow corridor, mama, down this from this hallway into this corridor to go down the stairs. This is still in Tamasco. Tamasco nabon, Tamasco young man nabon. But then o shig can not chongoma. Che Waterworks yilma me pabon. So but we are cheating it as if like okushe manama and the same yilim balama. Tamasco uncompleted building ma ne ko shirna bakatangal ko yirna chekarmala denambalama kadanambalama. But this house, I told you, time shutting that shooter ma. Today na la Tamasco cinema. Kakana Waterworks need to shoot yilling on. That time ma ban all the time Daniel. So Ale Antonia Aja Njia down mama no dollar. So if you look very well, I know most people did not notice Aisha was sitting down here in this shot. And this parrot, they had it in the house. Onwale. Did I think Naga music video? My parrot when I in the line pay. Look at them bella. I'm not lying. It's true. The parrot was singing in pay. And like I was telling you about our model, have you noticed that this was the lady who came inside here in all black? So while leaving, he left her behind. He left her, she's here. But by the time he came down here, she was standing here again. But these ladies, they did well, man, because they were called last minute. It was our main model, Modelina, who linked them all up. But like this lady right here, I hear she gave my guy some problems because never that can nama nakalur ma funanta Fadlan man militana nda belur ma driver kan naka Fadlan nam dirfilanta naka describe as bad bitches. So nta madam ngonda zasena no video ma ngombe shoot because wula kabembolo bad bitch. So why Yoi scene was shot the next day? Because I wanted this particular scene so bad. I knew the house, though it looks interesting from the back side, but the front view is also killer, and I wanted it to show. This particular balcony, you can't access it unless you pass through this particular room from like the back side. And like interesting enough, the one who occupies that particular room had traveled. He was not even in town at all. So when we came to ask for permission to use this balcony, we were told we cannot access this particular balcony because he's not in town. So I was now thinking, okay, should they stand here, or should we let them climb to this one, or have them climb here, maybe jump inside this one, like Kulakate and Nanka. Because I heard the way the shape of the house is, and you know how I love my cemetery. I always want this to be like, you know, in line. So I said, you know what, let's just find a way of shooting in that balcony, because if they stand there with our drone shots, it will look nicer than if they are standing here. He's the trap boss. The house belongs to him. Why would he be standing in some of these secondary balconies when the main one is there? You know, so that's how come I wanted this particular balcony so bad. But then, like, you know, when I come to go like mysterious cinema, our location manager there, who is the guy from the house there, who's called Elias. Elias, very good guy. Shout out to you, man. He actually helped us a lot because he was around to show us some of the corners of the house and how we could actually work harmoniously with the people in the house there without really causing any confusion. So he told us, you know, he would see what he can do. So he worked things out, and last minute he told me he got like permission for we to use in that room, and that's how come my people entered there, and I was happy. Our drone pilot, it was done by OJ Salifu, very good drone guy. He's come through for me like a couple of shoots to really fly drone for me, and he's very good. So our costumes, Fadlan was started by Alhamdu Trend. So when we wanted something crazy for this particular shoot, Fadlan just hit up Alhamdu, and then he did his thing. He gave us all the costumes. He sent me a couple of options to choose from, and of course, and they were all dope outfits, and finally we just had to choose these ones. And like I said, OJ, very good drone pilot. He was able to get me that shot just like I imagined it. From that balcony, we just fly all the way till the song was done. And so shout outs to everybody that contributed to we making our little video, but very dope at the end. The video looked very simple, but shooting it was hectic. If you have any questions regarding the video, if there's something that I forgot to mention, or you realize that I did not talk about, please say it in the comment section, and I'll try and take some time to answer you. Or if you want to find out more about any of our projects, please let me know which particular project you would like me to really break down or to explain how it was made next, and I'll make sure it happens for you. So thanks for watching. T-Baba once again, and that was in Pay by Fadlan. Go enjoy the video and do subscribe and share with your friends. And I'm out. Peace. Bye. Salaam alaikum.